Hello and welcome back to Big Nostalgia, the podcast where we look at the games from our childhood, where they came from, the story of their development, and the story within the game itself. We then talk about the audio and visual design and if we like it, does it hold up? We also discuss a game's legacy. Is it well remembered? Did it spawn a million sequels, or is it an obscure title that we hear little about nowadays? Today I am joined by Phill.
Hello.
And I am joined by Vicky.
Hello.
This time we'll be looking... Hang on, wait a minute. Oh, am I having a heart attack? Someone better call Dr. Mario.
I was genuinely concerned for you there for a second. Love it. Very off the cuff, but I was worried. Dr. Mario, yes.
We're just there as like the directors. Like he's like, I'm having a heart attack. I'm like, good, use it.
Funnel that into your passion, into your creativity. But yes, I'm here to talk about Dr. Mario. Some of you might recognise Dr. Mario's themes and design system for a familiar game that Philip might have used to open the series off completely. Dear old Tetris. Tetris is an amazing game that has inspired a lot of spin-offs, and one of the most famous ones in my mind is Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario was produced. Now, I always do apologise for the way that I pronounce Japanese names. I do try and practice beforehand, but I do apologise ahead of time. Just link that into every single time I'm doing the main information talking. Dr. Mario was produced by Gunpei Yokoi, who was the creator of the Game Boy and the Game & Watch handheld systems. And Tahiro Harada produced the Metroid series, was Dr. Mario's designer. The original version of Dr. Mario was ported to arcade systems, the Nintendo Verse system, and the Player's Choice -10 Versus system, and also on the family computer and Nintendo Entertainment System, the dear old NES. Nintendo
Entertainment. Yeah, you're
Dear
right.
old Auntie Nez.
Old Auntie NES, along with the Game Boy, in 1990, but was released on the Nintendo Entertainment System on July the 27th, 1990. Dr. Mario was first shown at Nintendo's 7th annual distributors meeting in San Diego, and both versions, as in the arcade versions, were released simultaneously in August 1990. An enhanced remake of Dr. Mario was paired with Tetris in the Super Nintendo Entertainment System compilation game Tetris and Dr. Mario, but I will be talking about Dr. Mario and things it got extra releases and extra things that was made around Dr. Mario later on. But that was released on the 30th of December 1994, and the re-release in Japan on the 30th of March 1997 as a downloadable game for the Super Famicom's Stellarview with the name Dr. Mario BS version. But most versions of Dr. Mario can be found on the Switch.
Did you say BS version?
BS version. That's literally what it's called.
So
BS
that's
version.
the version of Dr. Mario where he just uses like herbs and like home remedies and stuff.
Yeah, I've got a doctorate.
Well, we'll go into that later in this episode. But the Dr. Mario NES manual on page 3 had this statement about from Dr. Mario. He said, "Hi everybody, I'm Mario. How's it going? Over the last few years, I've been involved in some pretty wild adventures. Now, believe it or not, I work in a virus research lab at Mushroom Kingdom's hospital. Today, I'm about to begin my research as usual." So Dr. Mario was a persona Mario assumed in the Dr. Mario series. Under this identity, Mario dons a white lab coat, white pants, a head mirror, and a stethoscope around his neck. Debuting in his game, Dr. Mario and his assistant, Nurse Toadstool, work at Mushroom Kingdom Hospital, where he eliminates viruses and other diseases by using capsules, a premise that has been a standard for the game starring him. Dr. Mario is a character separate from Mario in some medias, such as the Super Smash Bros. Series. It's basically... I don't know how you... The gameplay, it's basically Tetris. I don't know how else. I could have gone into...
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Big Nostalgia.
Please see episode 1 for more details. When looking into the research around Dr. Mario, I could have gone into a lot more detail, but it did feel a bit mute compared to the fact that we've just, in this season, we have gone through Tetris, and if you have played Tetris, then you know the concepts of Dr. Mario. So I'm going to be stating less about the gameplay and what it involves, and more about the differences between Dr. Mario and Tetris. For example, Tetris, you've got your 4x4s, not cars, but you know what I mean, and they're falling down, you have to fit them in, and then you get rid of a line. Whereas in the gameplay of Dr. Mario, you have viruses and illnesses, and you have to line up the correct colours to get rid of the viruses and illnesses. Don't worry, I've got a characters section coming up a little bit later. But yeah, Dr. Mario is a reflective puzzle game in the same class as Tetris, where you're trying to make lines of colourful pills in order to kill bacteria in a jar. It features cartoon graphics of Mario and bugs to make it look appealing. You can play 20 different difficulty levels with 3 different speed settings. While the game never reached a popularity of Tetris, it has developed quite a following, and many people have played the game enough to beat it on its hardest difficulty level. Now, when researching this game, I had a go at playing Dr. Mario, and I struggled off of medium. I don't know if you guys have played it recently. It can get really fast, and I do like how you can set the levels. Unlike Tetris, you have to kind of obviously make your way through, but depending on the Tetris, you can set the levels. Dr. Mario, from the very first one, you can set hardness, difficulty, and where you want to start, which has been really good.
Did it release the same... Was it 1990, did you say? Was that the same year as Tetris?
No, it's a year after.
Ah, okay.
It's Game Boy release, but obviously Tetris had been around since 85, so
Right, okay.
enough
Yeah.
time for inspiration to be drawn.
I was going to say, do you think they were developing it as, like, in case they couldn't get the rights to... Because we were, in the previous episode of this season, we were talking a lot about rights of Tetris and where it went, but I'm wondering...
I mean, could be likely, because I think the whole thing around Tetris rights, and it took a couple of months, but back in those days, games didn't take that long to develop, so
Yeah.
they could have been working on like a, well, if we go and get Tetris, we want a Tetris-like.
It's been really difficult researching this game, so when I thought similar, because Tetris and Dr. Mario are so similar, and learning the history of Tetris, obviously through the Tetris movie, thinking about the rights and everything, it makes sense. In all the research that I did, scouring the internet, please link below or comment below if you find something. I could not find a reference on the inspiration behind Dr. Mario. I think they were just... Potentially, it was being made as a backup Tetris game, but there is no evidence, interviews, or anything like that that supports that fact. But it does make the most logical sense if we think of rights. So, and it's Mario, isn't it? They want to get Mario in on every single game, so they probably saw the popularity of Tetris and was just like, hey, how can we do this but with Mario at the centre?
I like his little introduction. Like, imagine you're at the doctor's and he walks in and he's like, whew, I've been on some adventures, let me tell you.
And then the person in the waiting room just like looking around like, where am I? Why am I here?
And you like look to the nurse for reassurance and you're like, isn't that the queen? isn't that the monarch of the land?
Well, talking about characters, obviously, you got Dr. Mario, he's a protagonist, the last line of defense against you and the world, the worst viruses in the universe, or at least in the Mushroom Kingdom. You got Nurse Toadstool. Although Nurse Toadstool doesn't play much of a role in the actual gameplay, she is the one who brought the virus to Dr. Mario's attention in the first place. And then you've got the 3 colours. You've got red, yellow, and blue. Do we know any names?
Pass.
Is it like fever? Is that right? I know.
Yep,
or is the
fever
musical
is
fever?
the red enemy, the red virus that brings a terrible temperature.
COVID-19.
Bit early for its time, but
Okay.
good guess.
Dr. Mario was patient 0.
COVID-19. You got chills.
You got chill, the blue virus that causes the victim a nasty chill. Gotta love the descriptions. And then you've got the yellow one.
Is there any fungal infections? Presumably in the land of mushrooms.
So the last one is called it's just called weird.
Weird.
It's Yeah, weird. The yellow virus is as weird as the name suggests. It transforms its victims into different shapes and sometimes into different species. So the fact that they not only have these teeny tiny characters, they thought about backstories. So the music from Dr. Mario was, and I personally feel is, very iconic. The red virus, known as Fever in the Nintendo comic system, seen as Virus Fever, is the musical theme composed by Hirozaki Tanaka, who has worked at Nintendo for 10 years at this point, by the time he made the music for Dr. Mario. Made the Dr. Mario music in 1990. Since then, the music has appeared, the Fever music has appeared in every Dr. Mario game to date. In composing Fever, Hizuku Takaki's aim was to heighten the various feelings players experience while playing the game, such as confidence and anxiety, by incorporating different elements into the music, creating a song consisting of fun parts and looming dread parts. He also intended Fever to be different and unusual for the red illness. As the game begins to evolve and the industry is seeing really serious composers, Taki describes the melody of Fever as cute to reflect the game's tone. So what he wanted to do was really get an element of haste and inconsistency, because you're fighting bugs and the bugs are fighting back. I do think the tune for Dr. Mario is very iconic personally.
I think he succeeded.
Yeah. It's very iconic for the Dr. Mario series, and I think it's very recognisable, which is hard to do when you think of how many Mario games there are and how many Mario spin-offs there are. It's very hard to make an iconic sound in the Mario universe, or in Nintendo in general.
When you're limited to no instruments, when you've just got an 8-bit keyboard or whatever, I think it's impressive what they were able to do for a lot of those games.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and the rhythm is different. There is the bits where it's dun 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 dun, and it just starts looping happily again.
Yeah.
So it is meant to
and you're like, am I okay? Am I good? Am I about to die? It's right, not to be too dark, but the beat monitor, beep beep, beep,
right,
beep, and then
yeah.
it just stops,
Yeah.
and then it goes in, and you're like, okay, we're good. It's ups and lows. It's trying to make drama on a very simple concept of a game, because of course you've got the falling parts, and it does get affected when you manage to knock out all the red ones. There's a little noise. When you knock out all the blue ones, has a little noise, and there is a noise overall in the end when you manage to get rid of all of them. So there is elements to the music. Quirks. So there was a game called Virus, and it was the prototype to the Dr. Mario game. They made Virus. They named it Virus, obviously, because of the bugs and stuff like that, but it later got Mario-fied, with Mario as the main protagonist in it.
This is my gamer now.
I take over. Copyrights. Woohoo!
waking up and the anaesthetic's wearing off, and the surgeon's just got a plunger and a wrench, and you're like, oh god, I'm gonna die.
But that makes me feel that it is another stand-in for a Tetris game, if they already had one in the making of those sort of logistics. The way it looks, the way it is, it just took the concept of taking away the lines and added the concept of taking away characters.
It's in the same vein as we're talking about with Tetris, the trouble they had marketing Tetris because there was no protagonist or main character or anything they could pivot off of. So that was probably part of it as well.
Yeah.
Probably the marketing team was I don't buy that I'm just curing viruses. What's my background? What's my motivation?
Why do I turn up to work every day? What's my inspiration?
And the other guy's I don't know, you're Mario, it's Nintendo, right? They're yep, that's it.
When in an interview with Shigeru Miyamoto, he confirms that Dr. Mario is not a legitimate doctor.
What?
But when doing this research, there are genuine people out there. I'll try and find the YouTube videos, and we can pop it in the description below, that genuinely believe that Dr. Mario is the third Mario brother. Like,
Who's got the same name?
there's just a lot of fan theories that Dr. Mario is Mario's brother. This has been debunked, as in his description it says it's Mario, but in a doctor coat. But I just find that really, hilarious.
The live-action Mario movie, we know that Mario's surname is Mario.
Exactly.
So the
That's
three
where
brothers
it's coming from.
are Mario, Luigi Mario, and Dr. Mario. You can tell which of the three triplets the parents were like, he's gonna go far.
He's gonna go far. Dr. Mario was actually the first Mario game to be released in the 1990s.
Wow, really?
Yeah. The Dr. Mario Game Boy version, when you clear 4 lines at the same time, it plays some iconic music from other Mario games, such as the Superstar music and the music that plays when Mario dies in other Mario games.
I don't think I've ever experienced that.
Where it is directly in the Dr. Mario Game Boy version. But yeah.
I think I mostly played the NES one.
Yeah. I have to mention, because I absolutely love it, the Brental Floss song on Dr. Mario. I think it's absolutely hilarious. If you have not listened to it, you must. When researching this game, I'm just humming the song to myself the entire time. But again, a little quirk. The music composer who worked on Tetris, Hizuko Tanaski, also did obviously the soundtrack for Dr. Mario. This was partially done because Dr. Mario's similarities to Tetris and to try and create the sort of nostalgic given Tetris booming popularity at the time.
From the composer of Tetris.
Dr. Mario. According to Tetris and Dr. Mario's instruction manual from the SNES, the red virus is female. This information is absent from the original Dr. Mario instruction manual from the NES. I just don't know why it needs to be...
Woke! Dr. Mario is woke!
So the song's melody is strongly similar to that of Lady Madonna, a 1968 song by the English rock band The Beatles, a band which previously served as the inspiration for the 25M theme.
Oh, the 20 from DK, Donkey Kong, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
So track 13, formerly listed as unknown, is played when clearing level 20 on speed low. Most of the track titles come from the Famicom 20th Anniversary Volume 3 album. Because that must be such a fun album to listen to. So,
It's a banger.
a big part of the Dr. Mario information that I found for quirks is about the spin-offs. So I am going to hit that before I go into legacies and everything like that. Dr. Mario series, obviously you've got the original release in 1990, you've got the Tetris and Dr. Mario in 1994 on the SNES, you've got Dr. Mario 64, 2001 on Nintendo 64, Dr. Mario Online RX in 2008 on WiiWare, so that was downloadable. You've got Dr. Mario Express 2008 on Nintendo DSi platform. You've got Dr. Luigi in 2013. I didn't even know that was a thing.
It was part of the year of Luigi.
Yeah.
We all
he became
we
a
all
doctor
remember
too, so
fondly.
why isn't he the fourth brother? Like, if that's a whole thing. Don't we have 4 brothers? 2 that were just loved more and sent to doctor school or whatever. And then you've got Dr. Mario The Miracle Cure of 2015 on the 3DS, and then Dr. Mario World, which was a 2019 mobile game. But Dr. Mario in the wider world, did you know there was a Dr. Mario World TV series, which is... So, in the Super Mario World TV series, Dr. Mario was referenced.
Okay.
While Dr. Mario does not make an appearance in the Super Mario World television series, he is mentioned twice. He is mentioned... So Mario was ordered to eat healthily, and he got told that's Dr. Mario's orders. And there's an episode where Mario says the line, Dr. Mario says, Captain N and Super Bros World will return. So he was referenced. But there's so many mangas on Dr. Mario.
So
it's insane.
Dr. Mario wasn't in the Dr. Mario TV show.
No, he was just referenced.
Oh. Who's the main character? Dr. House.
No, so it was a Super Mario World television series, so it was just Mario as the main character. But you've got Super Mario Kun, which is a Mario manga where Dr. Mario is the main character. And that's not the only one. He's been in multiple mangas as the main character. You've got Super Mario manga, you've got where he turns up. You've got Super Mario Kun, which is a manga where he's the main character. You've got Super Mario Manga Theater, which is a manga which he is the main character for some reason. And please look up, and we'll try and pop it in the description below, a picture of him in the mangas, because he looks like seriously deranged. It is fantastic. I didn't even know these mangas existed, but he has a whole life and world and goes on adventures. Yeah.
So separate to Mario.
Separate to Mario.
Wow.
So Mario often dons his Doctor Robe in multiple occasions in the Super Mario Kun, starting from the very first chapter. While he mostly uses it to cure his partners, he also uses it to throw capsules, having different effects every chapter. Sometimes they heal, sometimes they're jetpacks that he attaches to a red shell to strike a shift army, and sometimes they have collateral effects that rapidly grow like a garlic pot.
Don't want to mix those up.
No.
Eat the
But
jetpack.
I just love the idea of this manga having Dr. Mario as the main character. Dr. Mario's also been in, if you're thinking of the wider world, you've just got the Super Mario Adventures comics, Club Nintendo. He was mentioned in Paper Mario. He's obviously been in the Super Smash Brothers. So he's been in Super Smash Bros. Melee, Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS, and the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. He is a section on the Monopoly board, and he is in like Super Mario Maker, Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart Live, Mario Kart Tour, and WarioWare as like outfits or like little extra games.
Did you include the list of, because Dr. Mario World had a lot of playable characters? Did you include that in your thing? As in, like, you could be Dr. Mario, Dr. Bowser, Dr.
Oh no, I didn't
Peach, Dr.
look
Luigi.
into that.
Let me put it in the chat so we can all pick our favourites, because it's too long to get through in its total.
Dr. Baby Mario.
Yep.
This is your doctor for this evening. He will be performing brain surgery on you.
And I think to myself, Dr. Mario World.
I like the two Gumbas in a lab coat.
Yeah.
Dr. Gumba Tower.
Dr. Baby Wario.
Oh my goodness, there's so many. Dr. Yoshi, Dr. Tay, Dr. Toadette. Ah, Dr. Bowser.
Oh, an 8-bit Dr. Mario. That's fun.
Dr. Baby? No.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
just
not.
no.
I'm
Don't
not
give
trusting that.
You've got Dr. Fire Mario, Dr. Fire Peach. That's ridiculous. Dr. Fire Rosalina, she doesn't even gain the fire powers, does she?
She doesn't even go here.
What are you even doing here? Go home.
Dr. Dry Bowser. That's what you go there for.
Dr. Piranha Plant.
Excuse me, I've got a dry Bowser.
Oh, boo.
We've got just the
There's a cream
doctor
for
for that.
But yeah.
I've derailed that, sorry.
Sorry.
Vicky.
That's okay. That was actually pretty interesting. No, I didn't look into all the... Because there's so many Doctor games. I didn't look into every single one, but that... I can't believe there were so many characters in that one. So, legacy, in our opinion. Dr. Mario was a commercial success, with more than 10 million copies sold worldwide across all platforms. It received generally positive reviews, appearing on several lists of best Nintendo games of all time. The Game Boy version received positive reviews from the Joystick and Zero magazines, and latter comparing it favourably with Tetris and Connect 4 while stating it's an easy to play and impossible to master. Some of them stated it was quite basic and basically a carbon copy of Tetris, but a game like that, it's impossible to avoid those sort of comparisons because it's so close to Tetris. They didn't like the Game Boy version of the game as much because of the lack of colour on the Game Boy, making it harder to decipher some of the gameplay elements.
Yeah, because if it's like grayscale...
You've got a yellow, red and blue baddie and you put in black and white, it's not going to be as well received. But yeah. And yeah, I I personally, Dr. Mario, I wouldn't put it in one of my top 10s or even my top 20s, but it's an enjoyable enough game. And I do feel it's a bit of a carbon copy of Tetris, but I don't think it's pretended to be anything else. I do like the way that it wasn't a complete copy, and it did take the element of the fallen blocks a different route, and I thought it was very quirky how it added the viruses, and obviously Dr. Mario in a lab coat, which is just Mario in a lab coat. It's not another person. But
His brother
otherwise,
Doctor.
you know, like Twilight Princess, and you've got that whole world who lives in the Shadow Realm. Is this the same with Dr. Mario? You just got the whole society that lives in the Doctor universe, and everyone's got a degree.
It's more like Mr. Peanut Butter from BoJack Horseman, like his first name being Mr. and him having a brother called Captain.
Yeah, it's just wild what people think, but it's an enjoyable game. It's a good way to waste a couple of hours, and I like the music and I like the characters, and yeah. How about you, Nick? What do you think of the Dr. Mario series?
I watched some gameplay, and it does look like Tetris, but I appreciate that there is some sort of interesting tying in of IP, and I haven't listened to the music, but I will now go and listen to it based on your recommendation. But yeah, it looks fun, and another variation of Mario, although I do retain that he just puts that lab coat on and everyone around him is just like humouring him, being like, yes, Dr. Mario. Yes.
Why didn't you just give the pills here, Doctor Mario? I think you've had enough.
Yeah, looks fun. We'll check out the soundtrack.
Check out the soundtrack, it's good. How about you, Phill?
Yeah, always been a big fan of Dr. Mario. It's one of those ones where you can just kind of sit and just do it for ages. It's got like its own interesting little gimmick of having to like line up the different colours, and like the pills being able to be made of like you can get two the same colour, or like the sides have to match up, so you actually have to pay attention to the rotation as well. Yeah, it's a fun one. I enjoy Dr. Mario. It is one of those classic. I'm a puzzle game kind of guy, so I do enjoy playing some Dr. Mario.
It's an interesting one though. I would say I've probably played a little bit more or similar to Dr. Mario as I have played to Tetris. I would still put Tetris above. I just say that it's more classic and more well known, but that doesn't mean that Dr. Mario isn't fun. But
in a way, Tetris is kind of less complicated.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the colour so much.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Please comment below if you're a big Dr. Mario fan, or if you agree with us that it's a reasonable game but isn't going to win any awards or break anyone's minds anytime soon. We'd always love to hear from you. Please follow us on all the platforms, and please like this if you've liked this. But that is generally Dr. Mario. If I've missed out any information, or if there's any fun facts that you'd like to add, please add them below. Always love to hear your comments and your suggestions and your information facts. But that has been Dr. Mario.
Join us next week where the game will be Kirby's Dream Land. And if you excuse me, I have an appointment at the hospital. I've got a routine physical with Dr. Bowser.
Oh no. Do you have any chills or ills? Hey, it might be weird. You might be turned into a different animal.
Yeah, well, he's got to line up the 3 different colours first. So he's just going to be shoving pills down my throat until he gets it.
I'll see you there. I've got to get some cream for my dry Bowser.
Well, on that note, I've been Vicky.
I've been Phill.
And I've been Nick.
Thank you very much for joining us, and join us next week. Take care till then. Bye.
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 Track 13, formerly listed as unknown, is played when clearing level 20 on speed. On the speed. Not on speed. Maybe I should do that sentence again.
What does it play if I clear it on cocaine?